I like the what's it called? Love is Blind. That's my choice of trash TV.
Yeah.
Because it's like all of these delusional people. Like it's a great idea if it wasn't filmed. Right? It's like, hey, let's have these blind dates and where you can really connect with someone and then meet them. But no, you need to get engaged to see each other, which is like the whole
You need to be
crazy
engaged
part.
to get engaged behind a wall.
Well,
nuts.
at least they're all located in the same area.
But
like, I think they have a realistic, they're all in the same area.
But this has been a problem, right? Because like it comes up or like, oh, they have all these casts and they know each other and there's all this local drama.
Yeah.
And it's just like this. And then they get famous and all of their dirt is for the world to see. And that's horribly uncomfortable. And nobody should ever be a reality TV star. It just,
no, it sounds
it's
like
horrible.
My
not with
nightmare.
social media.
Yeah. And then we watch also Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, so you're Netflix only reality.
Oh, it's just trash, straight up trash.
Are you not? You're not a Bravoer?
No, come on now.
Okay.
I've like 2 streaming platforms at a time.
Beginner.
Well, it's like you have like 5 subscriptions and you're like, oh, this is
enough.
basically satellite
I know,
TV
but you
again,
have to be able, you need, when one's done, it's this cyclical reality.
Yeah, I just can only handle so much trash TV at a time. I'm like the husband lurker in the back when my wife is watching it, and then I'm like, oh,
secretly
what's
not
this?
interested.
This is garbage TV. What are you watching? And then I get sucked
Episode
into
3
the
or
story.
side,
And exactly. And I'm like, oh, but this person, and then some couples, I'm like, yes, they're together. It's true love. It's wonderful. And and then I'm like, I just need a palate cleanser, so I'm going to watch The Office for a couple months.
I have a different opinion of you now. I'm sort of thinking like through my head all of the times that I've seen you. Now things feel different.
The only other reality show that I really watch that I probably shouldn't because it's bad for my mental health is the news.
Me and you both.
They got some crazy characters on there.
This thing that just happened last night, I'm like, oh my God, like it's everywhere. Anyway.
And the crazy part about this reality show is that it affects your life and it's terrifying. So I try and turn it off.
Did everyone see the Coldplay couple?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's awful. Like
Coldplay couple. I've seen. What is this?
Goodness.
Oh my
CEO of
God.
Astronomer just got busted in the most awful way. It's literally everywhere today.
Oh.
And his wife
I haven't opened up social
changed
media.
her last
gotta
name
see
and
it.
then deleted her Facebook account.
She did.
Though it was like, also
really
though the
bad.
rate that like, so Coldplay does like, they go into the crowd and they like, zoom in on people or whatever. And these 2 people were literally grinding in a box. And within minutes, it's posted and people are already naming them. Like the internet is crazy.
They zoom
how
in
fast
on them. They zoom in on him.
They got
on
their
them,
names.
and he just dips.
They
below
just
the
die,
fence
instantly
line.
die.
She covers her face and turns away. But people have already found their LinkedIn, found their social media.
So he is the
completely
CEO and
exposed
she
it.
is the head of HR at the same company.
Oh, this is like an affair.
Now
Yes.
it's done.
They're
Oh.
both
Chris Martin is,
individually
like,
married with
either
kids.
they're very
I want to know how many
shy
hits
or-
that website
Well, you
got
know what?
today.
You know what? I don't feel that bad.
No.
Because also, like, I mean,
Chris Martin was doing the Lord's
That's what
work.
you get. Yeah.
He was doing the Lord's
It's
work.
like when Ashley Madison's
Karma.
database got leaked. It
Yes.
was just like, yes, this is the kind of justice we're looking for,
Yes.
right? Like,
I did see a
good.
tweet where someone was like, this was Astronomer's plan the entire time. Like, no one has heard of our company, and boom, now
the
you will.
world has. Now the world has.
Yes, the 2 sacrificial lambs are taking one for the team.
They Kris Jenner did. Brian's like, I don't get it.
I don't get that one either. Whoop.
I don't keep up with the Kardashians.
I don't either. I blocked them
Chris
from my brain.
leaked Kim's sex tape to get them famous.
Oh boy, are you kidding me?
Yes, I knew she was.
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
I knew
That's
that.
awful. That's awful.
Mom of the
It's
year.
true. I mean, they deny it till they die. So, I mean.
Look where it got them.
Exactly.
I mean, one of them is like one of the most famous influence or most richest influencers in the world,
1000%,
right?
yeah.
Like it's. I mean,
she was the
it's effective.
sacrificial
Yeah,
lamb.
Kylie. Yeah.
We used to do her. So I used to work for Shopify, and right at the beginning of Plus, and that was when the pop-ups, like big pop-ups, began. So we used to do Kylie's pop-up. It would be over in 9 minutes. She would make like $10 million in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So we would have this huge like 2-day preparation. Like everybody was on board, like making sure that everything was not going to go down. Yeah. Because when they hit, like when they open that floodgate, it's just like millions of people popping in, buying. So you've got to have everything under, and it was nuts to be like, it's Kylie Day. And we were like, okay, here we go.
Insane. And
Yeah.
she spends nothing on marketing.
She'd be like, thank you, Shopify. Oh, and she'd like make a ton of cash. Like 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
Speaking
Anyway.
of marketing, we're
let's get into
we're all
that.
in real estate here.
Yeah, are we?
Welcome to the podcast, ladies. It's great to have you here. Maybe we can just start off, maybe just a quick introduction of each of you and how you got into real estate, and we'll just kind of let this thing go from there.
Yeah, sure. I'll start.
Yeah, Faye, who are you?
I'm Faye Moxham. I work for Chestnut Park, and I live in Prince Edward County. And I have 2 darling children and a really great partner who stays at home and takes care of my kids while I'm driving around. He does a lot of the grunt work, but I've been doing this for probably 6 years now, and I really love what we're doing. This job is so perfect for me because it lets me do everything that I want to do, which is, dabble in something every day, and every day is a little bit different. So that's me in a nutshell.
How did you get into real estate?
It's really, so when I moved here, my real estate agent, I will mention him, Doug Peterson. He's an incredible real estate agent in Belleville, part of the Rufo team. He said to me, why don't you get into real estate? I had come from Facebook. I was a marketing manager for Canada. So he said, you would be perfect for this. It really suits your personality. And within 10 months, I was living here and I had my real estate license. So it happened really quick for me. And I am so grateful that they saw that in me and picked me up because, yeah, I feel like it was a calling and I should have done it much earlier. But Doug saw something in me. So thanks, Doug.
Shout out to Doug.
Shout out to Doug Peterson.
My name is Madison Hanley. I am very new to real estate. So I just started, not this January, the one before. And it was kind of a slow start because I got pregnant and had a baby in November.
Who is the cutest baby you've ever seen in your entire life? She's a butterball.
She is.
Butterball.
She's massive in the best way. Like, she's so cuddly and delicious. But yeah, I was working in HR in the fintech space, and when everything went remote and everyone was working from home, I realized that I had zero passion for fintech, but I loved working with the people. And when that was kind of no longer forward facing, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What are my thoughts? And I had always thought about real estate, but never was just kind of like, got to do actual work before I get into it, because you really are kind of siloed. Like, you need to be,
it helps to have experience
for
before
sure
you get into real estate. I agree.
So I was kind of like, this might be a good time, and here we are.
And she's killing it.
She is killing it.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
You have charisma.
I
You have
know.
really, really good charisma.
Mercy.
And the greatest laugh I've ever heard in my life. Her belly laugh is hands
It's
down
true.
the best.
It's very
Oh my
true.
gosh.
We're going to have to do it on this
Yes.
podcast. We got to get one good Maddie belly laugh.
Yeah.
I think you do need charisma in this
You
industry.
do.
It's a very social industry, right?
Yeah.
You need to have people skills. You need to be able to communicate well. Ironically, I think 80% of agents don't have those skills. I think that, if you come in with those social skills and you have charisma and people are drawn to that, you're already above the bell curve, right?
1,000%.
Yeah, and it's those two major spectrums of like social and solo. So you kind of have to blend the two and be okay with both.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time alone in our cars as well.
Yeah.
A lot. It is a solo
Clock a lot
job.
of miles in the
Clock
car.
a lot of miles.
Yeah. You
Listen
really
to a
do.
lot of One Look podcasts.
Oh, God,
amazing.
I love her.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, God. This feels like a loaded question. I'm Jenna DeMille. I trade as Jenna Ash DeMille, my maiden name, looped in there for all my old Toronto people to still remember who I am. How did I get into real estate? I went to college originally for property appraisal, and I worked as a property inspector for the bad guys at MPAC. Shout out to MPAC. Never let them in your door.
Do you want to pay more taxes?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Come
No,
on,
I was like
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
a 20-something Jenna showing up at your door and everyone letting me in. I did good. I did really good there.
My wife worked for Impact for a while.
Yeah. It was a good starting point for me because it introduced me to door knocking and speaking to strangers and still talking about real estate, but just not in the same spectrum. Then about 17 years ago, I went to Ottawa and I became a stager. So I did that before it was what the cool kids were doing. And then about 6 years ago, I started working for RE/MAX. I used to work for the Hamilton-Burlington board. So I worked for RE/MAX then in 2019 and then moved to the county last April and joined Chestnut Park. But
A day later.
One day later. Yeah, I literally moved to Picton. So my husband's from the county. We moved
so
back
funny.
home. We moved April 28th, and I think I joined Chestnut Park like on May 5th or something crazy like that. Yeah, it was quick. It was an obvious choice for me.
What was that transition like, being from like in Ottawa to Hamilton area to rural middle of Lake Ontario?
I feel
Prince
like
Edward
I've
County?
always been a country girl at heart. Like I grew up in the city. I grew up just north of Toronto. I always lived in Toronto. When I met Justin, we moved just west of the city, but I was never meant to be there. And I mean, when we first met, I had no idea where Picton was. Sorry.
It's okay. I didn't know until my 10th wedding anniversary
Yeah.
when I was driven down here.
Well, so 10 years tomorrow is
True.
when I was introduced to Picton. But no, I think the transition's been really easy. Honestly, I'm very grateful because it could have been a lot more difficult. I feel like the community absorbed me really, really quickly. I met Faye actually because I was showing one of her listings before we moved out here. And I called her about the listing and Faye's like, oh, so you're moving out here? I'm like, yeah, I think we're going to move in like a month. She's like, where are you going to work? I'm like, I'm not sure yet. She's like, okay, well, obviously you're going to have to come work for Chestnut Park. I'm like, yeah, maybe. And then the next day, our office manager, Betty, emailed me, and then that was it. I joined Chestnut Park pretty damn fast.
Nice.
I pretty
Yeah.
much said, I don't want to compete with this woman. Please hire her.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm
yeah.
not competing with
But
her.
that's like-
you can't beat them, force them to join you. Yeah.
No,
That's the
totally.
saying,
But
right?
like, talk
Feels
about
right.
like charisma. Like Faye, one phone call, one showing at
Oh,
her
yeah.
listing, and then that was it. I was like,
Exudes
Yeah.
Yeah.
charisma.
Do people cry on podcasts?
don't cry.
Can't talk about our relationship
I
on this
know.
podcast.
We honestly, people ask us if we've known each other for a long time, but we literally met
We know
last
each other
April.
here.
Yeah,
And, I
and
feel
that
like
was
she's
it.
my soul sister.
It's true. It's very true. It was this
Okay.
crazy,
Cut
like
this all out.
coincidental
Oh my
moment of this one phone call changed the game.
It was so funny. It was like, hi, what do you do? I do this. Do you like this? Yes, I like this too. Do you want to be friends? Yes, I think we want to be friends.
Would you
Can
like to form an alliance?
Should we
with
get off
me?
this? I don't really want to get off
Absolutely,
this
I do.
phone call. I don't want to get off this phone call either.
Yeah.
Like, I really like you. I like you too. I was like, okay.
It's so hard
Yeah.
too to make
so funny.
friends as an adult.
It is.
That like once you click with someone, it's just like
Also in this industry, because I feel like, oh gosh, let me just hold on before I say this, because you're gonna have like shining eye tears. In this industry, as women, there is a lot of competition, and we do the same job, and you're almost like, what makes me different in everything that I do? And we have to have these like friendships in this industry.
Totally.
Are hard because we always are thinking about that as well. Like, oh, like what if she gets a little bit of my business, or like what if they go into this branch of friends and all of a sudden, but
There's enough business to
there
go
is enough
around.
business to go around.
That teamwork is still very important. It is a solo career, but it can't be like a solo lifestyle
No, it
in
definitely
real estate.
can't.
You have to have a crew. Like we've become these like three musketeers. We're all individual agents that like to collaborate with each other, but sharing is caring. And like
I love that.
It is.
So
I think
true.
that's
You have-
probably what sold us all on Chestnut Park. Like it's a very boutique, small group, and it just felt very inclusive,
yeah.
which is so nice and so rare.
And in my time there, I mean, I feel like when I walked in there was a little bit of like, I think people were cautious of everyone. And now I feel like the doors have kind of opened and we've become this big collaborative brokerage, which I think personally going forward in this market has been so beneficial.
I feel like you played a part in probably that change.
1,000%.
Well, I think you have to
I
adopt an
think some
attitude
of the
of co-op.
experienced ones did too.
You have to adopt an attitude of co-opetition, right? This idea of a rising tide raises all ships. I think that's true, especially when you're trying to cultivate a different culture in the industry here. I was going to ask you this, but I've observed it from our perspective because we kind of work with everybody, so we get to see all the different personalities and how it's very much a different environment and culture than, say, the Toronto agents who will come in. You've worked in other markets in the industry. What do you find is the biggest difference for the Quinte area, Prince Edward County?
So many differences. So agent to agent, it was very cutthroat working. Burlington, Oakville, Milton, Toronto. Like, there's no showing cards. And not that we do that here, but people kept everything really, really tight to their chest. Like, there was no less niceties, I would say. Here, we run into each other at the grocery store. So it's like,
Our kids go to school together.
yeah, like it's such a community. Like, it is still very much so, like, you do your job, I'll do mine. We're all still very much so representing clients to the best of our capabilities. But we're not, it's less cutthroat.
I like that.
It is.
Yeah, that feels
We're
good.
still getting deals done. There's still lots of business. There's still, great things happening. But I don't feel like you want to be a great agent, but also a very good person here. You want to be able to walk around and not be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's
Well, in a smaller
so-and-so.
community, there's like a more natural accountability that way, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, if you're going to be a dick to everybody, you're going to be pretty short list of people who want to still work with you and who are going to
100%.
answer your calls and things like that, right? Because it's, I really don't think that attitude can last in
No,
this
it
environment.
can't.
Like you say, when your kids are going to the same school, like you're going to go to pick up at the same time, and it's just like, what kind of quality of life do you want in a small town,
Totally.
right? If you're just like steamrolling everybody, it's
You're still negotiating hard, right? Like
Absolutely.
you're still putting in the effort, but then we all still go for drinks on a Friday night, and 2 nights ago, I ran into like 6 real estate agents in Picton, and everyone's hugging each other, and we all work for different brokerages, but we're like, oh my God, hey. It's great. It's so nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm never going back.
Good. You're
do you
not
miss
allowed.
do you miss anything about a bigger market?
0%.
Great. So you're here to stay then.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about where we're at in the market now. We're coming out of the crazy COVID years. Madison, you didn't experience that. You're coming after the whole craziness of 2020 on. Where are we at now? Because we had like the big crazy boom. Everything's going for more. I feel like we're kind of in this place now where people are selling those investment properties they got that they overpaid for at low interest rates, and now things are still, the prices are trickling down. Is that right? Or like where are we at market wise here?
Well, we just had we have a monthly meeting in our office. We kind of go over all the stats and like what's happening. We get a lot of information from Toronto and GTA. So Chris Kapchis, our CEO, he comes here every month and he gives us like a humongous amount of information. So we got some great ammo for you today. Like we've got some great stuff.
Lay it on me.
I think the number one thing that Chris Kapchis was saying, and like we all really feel this as well, is affordability is going to be a huge play this year. And I think a lot of people are going to be thinking about that. Like, how do we make sure that these homes are accessible? And just making sure that kind of like, we're tailoring to that demographic as well. So I think that's something that we need to think about. But prices, I think the consensus is
They're stabilizing.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
see a nice
need it after these
balance.
past 5 years.
Yeah, we won't have a roller coaster year, but I think it's gonna be stabilized, maybe a little bit of a dip at certain points in the month, but we're not gonna see what we did before. And I think we were saying earlier too is like, well, I'll let you say like about buyers and sellers because that was something we were talking about as well.
Yeah, I think like the big thing as an agent in this market is managing expectations. Managing sellers' expectations and managing buyer expectations. Sellers want a certain number for their home. Some buyers still think it feels like a fire sale. They're going to get this, wicked good deal on something, but it's really about managing what the expectation is of the current market. And Maddie like hit the nail on the head. You got to be in this thing full time in the county at least. Numbers change every single day. Houses come on. I shouldn't say that, but
how are you managing the expectations for those people who bought in the COVID years, where they were buying 400 over asking and crazy prices, and some people are going to eat it, right? How do you approach that when you're like, hey, you're going to lose $250,000 on the sale of this house? But
you have to come prepared with recent sales statistics. We have a lot of resources within Chestnut Park that provide us with a lot of monthly changes and sales and history, but it's a difficult conversation.
It's really tough.
It's hard because this is someone's biggest investment, and we're about to tell them you paid this much and now you're
SOL.
Yeah.
The only way you can really look at it for those, because what was the number? Was it 2021? They were saying anybody who bought 2021 to 2023, if you're going to be selling in the next 3 to 5 years, expect a decrease. Like that is just, there is nothing else you can say.
Well, highest numbers with the lowest rates. There's only really one other way.
So whatever money you put into that home, unfortunately, you might, it's gone. But the one thing you can think is that whatever you bought prior to that, you did do well. So that is almost the long-term goal of like, okay, I did well there. I might have had a dip here, and now I'm going to buy low again. So you might be balancing out in the whole grand scheme of things. But I don't know. What do you think, Maddie?
Not every investment is a good investment.
No.
And
That's,
people have a hard time wrapping around their house being a bad investment. But like, if you're on Wealthsimple, just putting a little here, a little there, you wouldn't cry if it went down 100%. But
yeah, you were talking about this yesterday. Like, not every investment is a good investment.
But it's really hard for people to feel that way about their home. It's
more emotional.
Yeah, it's so emotional. So it's hard to communicate that properly.
Yeah.
Or sensitively.
And then on the other side, though, I mean, I'm seeing luxury homes in the county. The prices are going up on luxury.
Oh, interesting.
So that's another piece.
And they're moving.
And they're moving. So
why do you think that is? Is just that
a different clientele has found the county. So I think Muskoka, you get priced out pretty quickly. Like to buy a $4 million cottage in Muskoka, like that's the bottom end. So like, you're kind of squeaking in at $4 million, which is
for something that's maybe not what you think a $4 million house
no,
should be.
like, you're like, oh, the
bathrooms are dated.
The waterfront, sweetie.
No, and here, $4 million, you're prime waterfront in a beautiful custom home.
Yeah.
A new home.
Minutes to Wellington.
Yeah.
So we're seeing that. So like you're talking about affordability. You're talking about like people losing their money in the market, and like we're having this really hard time in the middle. And then you also are seeing luxury homes going for higher prices than they ever have. So we have these niche little pockets of markets within our own space. It's quite interesting. And so the number one thing I will say is, this is the plug, is use local agents. Use local agents, because we know what's happening. We live and breathe this.
Absolutely. So. I think one of the biggest mistake people do is like if they want to move out here, they sell their house with their agent in Toronto or wherever they're coming from, and they bring that person over here. No relationships with any of the local agents, no understanding of the neighborhoods.
They're just sightseeing at this point.
Well,
yeah,
but even here in Belleville, even here in Belleville, like you can go a street over and maybe you're in the wrong type of place where you don't want to be there, or even in the county, right? Maybe you don't understand that, this beautiful place is out in Cressy or something, but it's like, are you aware that it's a half hour just to get into Picton?
1,000%.
And then another half hour to get to Belleville? Is that what you want? And so like having people who really have that connection to the market is so key.
6 months for me to get a grip on pricing and the market of Prince Edward County.
Yeah.
It is not for the weak. It's not. It's very difficult to figure out every house, every little hamlet, every street. There is a geographical variable. There's an emotional variable here.
And there's not always comps in those areas.
Literally never any comps.
Like my uncle, he keeps asking me. He built a place on the other side of Glenora, He's like right.
Adolphustown?
No, just on this side. So you take a left right after the ferry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So nobody has sold a house there in like the past 6 years. So he's like, oh, what do you think it could go for? I'm like, I have no idea. Your
Ryan,
agent
give us our
doesn't know
card.
either.
Give him our card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Give him our card.
It's a beautiful custom. It's an amazing house. I'll show you pictures later, but it's beautiful. But it's hard to get those valuations. You mentioned affordability is kind of the thing of this year.
It's going to be huge, yeah.
How does that interpret into your strategy when you have, say, first-time home buyers or somebody who's looking to get into their first family home? Maybe is there this expectation that you can start kind of not necessarily lowballing an offer, but coming in underneath, or what's your strategy there?
You want us to give away our secrets?
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, number one, you've got to be a monster negotiator, I think. And you really need to know your job, and you really need to know where that person needs to be. So, like, if you can put them in a home that makes sense for them at a certain price point, then you've won. But there is a couple developments that are happening in the county right now. Base 31 is working on something. There's a Cold Creek development that I think they're starting at, like, mid-3s, which is going to be great for people. It's kind of in a rocky phase of being approved. It's almost there, I think, but there is a watershed issue that they're having there. So
yeah, we're still waiting on infrastructure.
Yeah,
things
still
in
waiting
the
on
county.
infrastructure. So, like, you know, the county is trying. They're trying to make sure that price point is represented. But yeah, I think you just need to know your buyer and you need to know their limits. A really great mortgage broker, his name is Colin Shea. He works for TMG. He's been doing a great job on getting rates and helping us with approvals in the young home buyers. So that is always somebody that I reach out to too. So not only with this job are we doing our work on like what we know, but we're also using the right partners, the right mortgage brokers, and they are working with the lenders to get those rates. Because right now, what were we saying about like banks and lending? It's getting tight. It's getting really tight. So
yeah, the banks they don't play a losing game.
No, they don't.
No.
Not at all. Never. They never lose.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need the right team, and if you're a first-time home buyer, you need to be
qualified and get qualified first. Even before you look on realtor.ca, don't even waste 1 minute looking online. The second you think that you're going to buy a home this year, you call a mortgage broker and you get qualified.
Colin.
Yeah.
You need to know what your numbers are.
I really actually like the people who don't get pre-approved because I was able to buy our house as a result of their financing falling through. And we stole it. It was that little lull in 2020, the fall of 2020, like everything was kind of coming up and then there's that dip and then everything took off again. Mm-hmm. So we bought our country 3 acres, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath house.
Estate.
I mean, yes, this is the Snyder estate.
Oh my gosh,
yes,
and this is
it's
where
just very wonderful.
This is
but
the rose
it
garden.
was we were interested in it. We shot it, which is cool because we got to shoot all the houses and everything. But it took off the market because it sold, and then we had this other place locked in, but they were conditioned on their financing for their new place. Their financing fell through, and so did the buyers on this place.
Amazing.
Which is the better house, and we got it for I feel like we stole the house. So
what sold you on your house?
What sold me on my house?
Yeah.
Kind of funnily enough, there's this little tree house in the backyard for the kids.
Nostalgia.
It's just perfect. Well, I grew up on 80 acres, so living downtown Picton was wonderful, but during COVID it was horrible.
Nightmare
I couldn't
fuel.
go anywhere, right? Yeah, it was, and we didn't have the best neighbor situation. I think I've told you some stories, Faye, where it's like, it was horrible. COVID was horrible for everyone, but when we moved out into the country, it was like, oh, I can breathe, we can do our own thing, and I think the space was the biggest thing. An old country farmhouse with a bit of character is also kind of my thing. I grew up in an old 1800s farmhouse, so and then we're 15 minutes to Belleville, 15 minutes to Picton, which is the location
Perfect.
was huge. We're on the high shore, so it's just
Amazing.
incredible. So we love it up there. And then right after that, we've got it for a great deal. So like,
Amazing.
it's worth a lot more than we paid for it now. So
I actually have a question for Maddie.
Oh,
Maddie, tell me, like, what was it like growing up in Belleville, and what do you see it like now? I'm so curious.
Good question. Yeah, because none of us are like locals.
Because Maddie is local, and she's been here. She's done the whole thing, and her parents own. Well, tell your what do you see then versus now?
Are the Facebook groups true in what they have to say?
Well, I actually deleted Facebook as soon as I left because I was like, oh my God, now you're applying for jobs in your 20s and you're like, there's too many red Solo cups to untag each photo.
Oh
you know what I mean? It's one of those that it's like the start of Facebook in grade 9 is kind of a dangerous time period.
Absolutely.
But growing up here was great. I feel like it was so nice because you were so easily accessible to everything. You know, you can go to stages in Kingston, you can go to Toronto, like you kind of have the Ottawa aspect too. So it felt very central, but it felt very quiet and nice. Like downtown Belleville was much cuter back then. Even though there wasn't as much, it was less chaotic, I would say. But for me, like now I'm loving being out in the county so much more because it's just, you know, a bit more of what I miss from living in Toronto. You know, you've got the one-off coffee shops, you've got the cute little spots, you can walk around. Whereas here, I feel like I'm driving everywhere. And that was a hard part about growing up here because all I wanted to do was live in that subdivision. You know, that Spruce Gardens. What do we call that? You know, up behind
Fenwood Gardens?
Like that whole area. And we lived out that we had to drive everywhere. But I mean, I think it's the perfect place. That's why I came back to.
You would have witnessed all the changes in the county too then.
Oh my gosh, so crazy. Like, so we moved here. I was under a year, so like 94, I guess. My parents were in Burlington. That's where I was born. And they came to Picton to open the Tim Hortons there. And then they came to Belleville because that was where growth was. There wasn't going to be more than one Tim Hortons in the county at that point. So it
might never be.
Well,
maybe Base 31 will put one in.
Maybe.
Well, we have two now.
There's one in Wellington.
Wellington has one now.
Oh, that's true.
That was a big deal a couple of years ago.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
And the gas station.
Yes. Oh, the gas station in Wellington is a lifesaver.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I've been here in the county long enough to like know the kind of we were like, I say like third wave county. Now we're up to like 6 or 7 wave.
You know, want to hear a funny stat? My father-in-law used to work in the meat market in Wellington when that was the meat butcher shop, Midtown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He actually worked there in 1979, and they almost moved here.
That's so wild.
Yeah, it would have been a really wild experience.
Do you want to hear a not so funny stat?
What?
My husband's grandfather was offered to buy Sheba's Island in
What?
I don't know what year for $12,000.
The whole island?
Wow.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
It did eventually sell for, I think, 130 for the entire thing.
He didn't buy it because it wasn't good farmland.
Yeah, it was just cow pasture.
And
Oh
there
my God.
wasn't the causeway, so he didn't know how he was going to get his horses over there.
Oh my
Can
God.
you imagine?
Regrets.
Yeah.
But that's real estate. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? You can only make a decision with the
100%.
information you have in front of you. There is a degree of a gamble. Like you say, not every investment's a good investment. Generally, real estate is an upward trending thing, but timing is everything, I think.
I will say, though, I mean, we will look back at these prices and we will laugh because,
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
there will be a time where, like, you always feel like you spent too much at the time. Give it 10 years, you are going to be... I think the county is going to exponentially grow and change and evolve, and I think it's becoming something really beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like
Like really beautiful.
yeah, even as kids, like the only thing we did in the county was like go to the beach, go to the drive-in, like, and those things have stayed the same. But coming back, like I just moved back. I mean, like just before I started, so whatever. Last winter or the winter, anyways. Mom brain, can I still bring that? Pregnancy brain, I'm like, can I?
Where am I right now?
Like now exploring the county as an adult is so much different. There's so much there that as kids, we just, you know, you take for granted space and you take for granted green pastures and you take everything for granted that you just don't even realize how much is out there. But it's so nice to see it like
Yeah, it's a really beautiful
growing and it's such a destination.
Yeah.
Speaking of the future, Faye, what we had wanted to talk about is the future of real estate, what that actually looks like. The Quinte area as well as North Bay are the two fastest rural communities that are fastest growing rural communities in Ontario. So there is a lot of growth happening. There's a lot of infrastructure commitments, things happening, but we are in a development freeze in the county right now. So immediate future, we're kind of slowly getting there with some developments on the way. What does real estate look like in 10, 15, 20 years?
Whew, that's a huge question. But I think that we kind of were talking about this earlier. It's like there's going to be an integration with AI for sure. Like we're going to see a lot of this job change. I also would say with real estate has come a lot of legal issues. And I think having, like Chestnut Park, we have our leadership is all lawyers. So having that legal in-house, more of like a brokerage boutique, like in-house destination for everything, I think is going to happen. Using AI, using ChatGPT, using all of these tools that we have accessible to us to make your package better and cleaner, I think will happen. There will be, though, I mean, AI can never take away from this job. We deal with septics, we deal with wells. You actually need eyeballs to look down into these things. You need to be physically present to be part of a lot of our jobs. So I think it'll hybrid with the two, like technology and just us in general. So I think you'll see a change in that. But I think like the process won't change.
I don't think so.
No.
I hope not.
No,
You
I
think
hope
it'll
not.
it'll be just more efficient.
It'll be a more
in those
efficient,
processes,
smarter.
I think so.
And having when you kind of combine that legal aspect with your real estate, when you get a little bit more boutique brokerage, I think that might happen. It's really hard to disrupt this industry. I really do believe that because there is that human element that's needed always. So you can disrupt to a point, but we will realize when you go too far off the edge. So with real estate, it's always going to be there. It is the biggest investment of people's lives, and you need to treat it properly. So disrupt all you want, but we're here to stay.
What about the FSBO side of things? Because there's been movements and companies that kind of rise and fall. There's been many of them, and it's kind of this separate thing outside of. It's in the industry, but separate. Because of AI and all these different tools and everything, it's going to make their systems more efficient because there is the people, they're just, there's not involved. Do you see that as being growing in real estate, or is it just, like you say, the people are required, so do you think that's just not going to take off?
I don't know.
I think that FSBO has always been around, but I think there might be an attempt for that to take off, but I don't think the bottom line will keep that as a consistent move that people do. Like you can put a price on it because statistically we see it. Using a real estate agent, like there's no question. And I don't mean to sound so like salesy about it, but we come with so much value. Like there's a huge value add with using someone that actually does the job day in and day out and provides you with a service. And yes, we have to charge commission. We have to have a living wage, or else you physically can't do the job. But using professional photography like yourselves, right? Having a marketing package, having someone come in and do a pre-list consult and walk through your house and do room by room and let people know how best to present their home and what jobs what interior work or exterior work needs to get done or not done. You can't replace that.
No, you can't.
I feel like also if you're cheaping out on your sales strategy and just putting up a for sale sign on your driveway that looks like a yard sale sign, like in my mind, I'm thinking, well, where else did you cheap out? Like what is under the hood? Why are you afraid to have someone come in and kind of go through everything in the nitty gritty of your home before you put it out there?
And there's also that aspect of like pride of ownership. Like you've worked so hard to build this home for yourself. You've worked so hard. You've put money into the largest investment most likely in your life, and then you're gonna just fall one step too short and not go and put it online and get all the eyeballs on it and use a professional. What?
Because at the end of the day, market value is market value.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie. The bottom line never lies, I find, right? Like
Yeah.
you will always find out how much that house is worth. Even if you have a number in your own mind, the market will always tell you.
That's right. Everything will sell for the right price.
Exactly. And sometimes we don't like it. Sometimes we love it. Sometimes we don't like it, though.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's. I think it's just because that AI thing. I think because it's still like it's so amazing what it can do and how it's helping us, be more efficient at things. But then the worry is like, well, how much does AI take over? Mm-hmm. Does it take over entire jobs, or is this just again a tool that's going to be in our back pocket? Because
Christian in our office.
I was going to say we should talk about that because Chestnut Park is really, really. They're very much so jumping into the AI world and providing us. They're providing us with some really great tools and prompts to put into AI. You can have AI read your well report or a home inspection and summarize it. You can have AI read a full status certificate for a condo sale and summarize it for, in layman's terms, or tell you what the reserve fund is, or even what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of give you in 5 years, what's that going to look like for you, or in 10 years, what do you think the next major? Oh my God, I'm having a moment.
Appraisal?
No, I'm trying to say like. If you have AI read a home inspection report, in some cases it can even tell you
what
like
the deficiencies are.
Yes, in 5 to 10 years, what major capital expenditures are you going to have on a property? Is it going to need a roof? What the average age of a roof is, and what's that going to look like for the consumer? But I think it's just streamlining a process for us. Obviously, we're still going to look at it with our own eyes. We're not just going to 100% trust AI. That would be a legal nightmare for us. But I do think that there is a value add of it.
And we have someone in-house who is dedicated to this. So Christian has been working with all of us. I think there's 450 sales reps with Chestnut Park now. So he's in the offices, he's showing us the tools, he's making sure we understand them and how we can use them to the better of presentations and things like that. So yeah, I think we're getting better. We're getting cleaner, more refined.
Always learning.
Always learning. Always learning.
Yeah.
Never goes away.
I use AI for everything.
Do you?
In my business?
Does your AI have a name?
I just call him Chad. But
I think Chestnut Park's is Luna.
Yeah, it is.
Luna.
Well, I use it for even just like email responses or reminders because I'm like, ooh, how do I? Because I'm not a writer. Like I'm better in person. I can speak to people and talk, and because there's so much of I love in the movie Hitch where he says 80% of what you're saying ain't coming out of your mouth, right?
Yeah.
So when you write in a text or an email, it's butchered.
Totally.
So I use AI to be like, okay, this person hasn't replied to me. How do I give a polite nudge?
Did you
and then I get it to write for me. It's so wonderful.
The Instagram meme where it's like I put our argument into ChatGPT and it said I won.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So
No, but please send that to me. That's amazing.
My wife has done that a few times.
Put your argument into ChatGPT.
Oh, absolutely.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This
is where it's flawed because this is where it won't replace people because it's like it's automatically going to take her perspective because she's inputting her perspective,
Fair.
right? So it's going to be tilted, and
Or is she just the better arguer? Like, is she just the better negotiator?
Ooh,
Does she want to become a real estate agent?
Faye, there's so many days where both my wife and I, because my wife does social media management, but she's more obsessed.
She's incredible.
And she's more obsessed with real estate than I am. She's on Realtor. Like, I don't know the last time I opened the Realtor app. She's on it every single morning meticulously. She's looking at our schedule to see what houses are coming on the market and everything. She's obsessed. So yeah, she would be an amazing agent. So like every day we're like, when are we jumping ship? Are we going to just get our licenses?
No, we need you.
And
we need one look.
I don't want to be a real estate agent. My dad said to me when I was younger, he's like, Ryan, you'd make a really good real estate agent. You got the gift of the gab. And I was like, well, I think this is as close as I like to get to the industry because as much as I do love the subject matter, I don't want to do what you guys do. I love the artistic content creation side. That's where my passions are. But where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought now.
But I will always say
just talking about
the
myself now.
photos of Clawson Road that you did for me are ultimately my favorite photos you've ever done. And like, I love your work.
Oh, Faye.
No, you
Thank you.
add such a mood to your work. And so I think that's why we use you. It's like you can say, I need this mood. I need bright, shiny, poppy. Like give me a poppy house or give me a fun house or give me a deep, moody, like, you know, she's got a grudge. Like you do it. And that's why we love you.
Well, I think the big part of, the main whole point of marketing is storytelling. 100%. And you have to, and especially when it comes to high ticket items like a house, you need to have people who can connect with the product in a way where if the finances need to make sense, obviously, but if you want to bring down some price sensitivity and really affirm the decision that this is the house for them, is getting them to visualize and understand themselves in that space.
100%.
And that's what marketing 101 is storytelling. Even from a single image, what mood are you trying to evoke? What like, is there something happening? What's the lifestyle? Like, what's the emotion coming out of it? And we try our best to customize that, but also because we're a volume-based business, it is like there's a standard, here's real estate, here's what it is. And it can be a little difficult to do with like a cookie cutter boxed house kind of thing, but there's a story in everything, and that's where I'm pushing a lot of the stuff that I'm doing to lead the team into more of that direction. And it's really exciting because there's so many stories, especially
that would be hard
county,
for
right?
you to make a cookie cutter house look different every single time.
The key is to focus in on what the selling feature is. So if it's like, okay, it's cookie cutter, whatever, it's like, okay, well, are the finishes anything to sing about? No. Okay. Is the location? Oh, maybe it's the location. Maybe it's, there's the schools. Let's focus on that part of it.
Yeah.
We did a listing up in Arden where the house is a hunting camp, old hunting camp house, and it was not nice. But we leaned into the lifestyle because it was like farmstead, and so you got horses, and you lean onto that kind of thing. And almost even leaning in a bit to the foibles of a listing. I think when we first started in the industry 7 years ago now, a lot of people were like, oh, don't shoot that. We don't want to show that at all. And it's like, well, don't avoid it, because how much time are you wasting by not showing it, and people come and they see it and they're, oh, no, that's a deal breaker for me. So it's, crafting it in a genuine way, and it's a lot of fun for me as a creative to really do that. But to answer your question, no, I'm not getting my agent's license. It's not gonna happen.
No, that's fine.
I'm
it's
not
always
doing
fun
it.
to ask on.
There's so many times though where I'm just like, man, maybe I should, because I mean the grass is always greener too, right? And it's I like the lane I'm in, and I like being all of your friends, and that doesn't always happen in real estate when you're an agent, because there's it's difficult. It's relationships with one another, and like we say, in a small town, that can be difficult as well. So
there's a heavy seasonality to our jobs as well.
Absolutely.
Like she's tough, right? So we come over this hump of Christmas, and everyone's like, yay, everything's great. And then January hits in the county, and people are like, boom, gone. Yeah. It's like crickets. Like you could walk down the middle of the road sometimes. So we have,
This was a tough winter.
This was a tough winter.
It took so long for that spring. We're like, where's the spring market? Is it coming? Is it coming?
The U.S.
Because last year,
system, like that whole political upheaval was so. I feel like worldwide we all felt that, and in real estate, because real estate is your biggest purchase. Yeah. Everyone's just like,
clutching their purses.
Oh God, let this get through. Let's get through this. Yeah, she was tough.
And that was my first year that I was like, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
is this what it's always like?
Yeah. But the seasoned realtors are, voicing their struggles. They're just like, ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the tail end of that. I hope can I say Donald Trump's name? I don't even know. Like,
I just call him the orange man from down south.
No, I just hope that man somehow learns to reel it in. Like, he just needs to reel it in so we can stop reverberating off of all of his effects.
The midterms are coming, guys. The midterms are coming.
I really hope something better happens for them, because again, like, it trickles into our society. It trickles into what Canada's doing. Like, we're just retaliating at this point.
Everyone's like panicking because of everything that's going down there. So everyone just pauses.
Yeah.
Even with job security, everyone's
It didn't help that we were going through our own elections as well. Like, we had a provincial and federal, and we have a municipal one coming up as well. Like, so there's all of this uncertainty, and when people are uncertain, they clutch their pearls, and they don't want to do anything, and they don't have confidence in the markets because it's going up and down because somebody tweeted something, and it's just a disaster. But Madison, with you coming into all that, Tell me about, what was your first year like? What was your first impression of real estate? And I guess what were some of the lessons you learned now that you've been in it for almost 2 years now, I guess almost.
Yeah, almost 2 years. Yeah, I guess I feel like my first year was just like a blur. It was like ears are open, mouth is shut, just trying to like take in everything. And we had those monthly meetings throughout the winter too, which was amazing because that was, it was just kind of
giant info dumps.
Yeah.
Like really, we get a lot of information and stats.
And then there's like a weekly Toronto call as well that we can join into. So I was joining those and just learning. It was just a year of learning. And even that summer was slow.
Yeah. It was
I was also
it was
slow,
one of the
though.
worst
I
summers.
was-
It was one of the worst summers they've said that like they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
In our market, so
It was a good time to have a baby, I will
was-
say.
yeah.
It was slow. I was slow. Everything was slow. And now that things are moving, it's also at a point where I'm like ready to pass her off a little, that it's like, it's good.
Gotta go do a showing, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
You're teething? Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real estate is the perfect excuse for lots of things.
But it's flexible enough that, you can make your own schedule and you can work as hard as you want or as little as you want. And you're responsible for you, which is, it's nice.
Yep.
You
Absolutely.
You can
You've done really, really great.
Thank you.
You have.
I know.
You really have.
Right out of the gates.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And like the momentum is there, right? That's like I think in sales in general, you catch this wave and you just ride this wave. And when things are going great, it's like your good vibrations are going out there, and
It does seem
You
that way
build
with
it.
real estate. Like it's slow, and then it just goes.
It does.
Yeah. Well, and then it's building those connections, building that network, getting into the flow of that. And the more you understand, the more experience you have, I guess, the more you understand the nuance of pricing and setting those expectations, which is a key thing. Because if you don't set those expectations, like you're saying, early, then you're just in a world of pain and frustration and often losing money because now you've invested in the marketing and you couldn't convince them to actually price it where they need it to be. And then that's messing up the comps for everything else in the area too. So, but
Well, we don't go off comps, Ryan. Remember that. It's a feeling.
I feel it's worth
No, I'm just kidding. There's a
200
lot
rand.
to it.
Yeah.
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 I wish there was a crystal ball someday.
Oh, I know. I was actually thinking in this podcast we should have had a crystal ball here and been touching it and like trying to get the vibes off it. But
Yeah. Well, I always say anybody who's telling you what's going to happen in real estate is either lying to you or selling you something. It's
Yeah.
like you just don't know. There's too many variables, whether it's politics or it's even the weather, for Pete's sake. Like when we have a delayed
true.
spring,
May.
we got to wait till the sun
May
comes
was
out.
crazy. Like in
Yeah.
our market, May, because it was so cold, you're like, where is everybody? But
Yeah.
it was freezing. And so usually that spring market would have just like gone boom. We were waiting, and it happened in June because we were really waiting for the spring that never showed up this year. And now all of a sudden we're in Arizona,
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
like dying.
We're in like sub-Saharan Africa right now.
It's insane.
Except
like-
today's nice.
All our trees are
Today's
dying.
Today's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Today's like 21 degrees. It was
Yeah, this is comfortable.
like
Yeah.
my ginger family loves it. It's
A
wonderful.
little chill in the air. It's
The
nice.
Dutch.
We have to
This
keep
is
I
Dutch
have to keep
weather.
my kids out of the sun.
Oh
like
my
they're
God. SPF 70.
Oh yes, like I use the baby stuff. I'm just like I need it. It's we took them swimming last weekend out to North Beach, and they both got swimmer's ear. The poor
Oh,
kids,
no.
so they're just like all lethargic all week. Oh, it's so
Oh,
sad.
that's
But-
awful. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
kids get swimmer ear a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Well, and they just did like a 2-week swimming lesson intensive, so they're like really into like diving under the water, and they're all excited, which is great. It's a great stage to be in when they finally get used to water. But yeah, it's been an interesting week.
kids.
Yeah. Having too much fun in the sun.
Oh man. Yeah. Just feed them popsicles.
I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on AI staging from like the creative perspective?
Right. So we do virtual staging. We offer it as a product. The new TREB rules don't allow you to use those on MLS. If you read the rules, I did a video about when it came out, but anything that is augmented to misrepresent the property, you can get dinged for.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I use AI to do sky replacements, right? I do AI editing. So it's like, what does that mean? I haven't heard of anybody being dinged for sky replacements, but some of like the faux twilights where they do the day to night conversions, I've heard of people getting dinged for those. So we do like real twilights where we go out and do like at that time, do a proper twilight. It looks way better anyways. But when it comes to virtual staging, you're going to save a ton of money, especially like if you're not going to use it, you're not going to use it on MLS, but you'll use it on your listing website. You'll use it on your social media. You'll use it in your if you do any print materials. It saves you a ton of money. And as a stager before, you know how expensive staging can be, especially if you're letting that staging sit for a while.
Yeah. That
just adds up. And so for us when we're doing the digital marketing, we're looking at what our bill is, and then you contrast that to the staging. And it's like, oh, that we're a small percentage of what's going on over there. So that's why we offer it. I think it's like we don't make a ton of money off them, but I think they're just so effective in visualizing the space for some people, especially if you have a vacant place or maybe a place that is tenanted that needs to be adjusted, because so many people just can't see past a wall color. They can't see past an empty space because it doesn't feel lived in. They don't get that feeling, because I mean, I bought houses because the finances work, but also because of the affirmation of the feeling I get when I walk in the place. Right. Right. There's something almost spiritual there where you just feel it. It's like, this is the right place. It feels good. This is the right decision for us. Not that you should make emotional decisions on buying real estate, because that can land you into a world of pain.
And then we have to bail you out.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's so when we bought East Mary, when we walked in the door, and other people felt the same thing. It was like, there's just something about the place.
It's a wonderful house.
It was great, and I love the people who bought it.
Happy
that they're doing something.
We love them too.
Yeah, I'm thankful.
You should have let us double end it.
Yeah, we did. We did pretty
Don't
good on
worry,
that.
we love Holly. We love Holly.
Holly's amazing.
She's a wonderful agent to work with.
She is
Speaking of reputation, though, I'll say this. I'll give Holly a shout out every single time.
Absolutely.
The reason she's our agent and has continued to be our agent, one, we've been friends with her for years, but she has such a good reputation and connection with every agent that she works with. She got us the house we have because of her reputation.
Every single
because
time.
she works well with people. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. But I was going to say, every single time I talk with her, no matter if she's got a child in tow or she's cooking dinner or she's in her office, you get the exact same Holly. Yeah. Every single time.
She's a breath of fresh air.
She's never like off the handle. I feel like anytime you call me, you never know which personality you're going to get. But with Holly, you know it's always Holly. I will end it on one thing. I do have something to end this with. And I think in this market, we always want to, if you want to know how much your home is worth, don't feel nervous to ask an agent to help you with. We don't expect that you're going to be selling your home. So let us in. And I encourage people to reach out to us, all of us. If you want to know how much your house is worth and you want to know what the market looks like for you, give us a call. There is no obligation for when we come into your door, there's no obligation for you to sell your home. But if you really need to know, because I feel like people really should know where they land in this market, because we've had so much up and down, I encourage you to give us a call, because we will help.
And we will not add you to an annoying mailing list.
No mailing list, no mailers, unless you want it.
Yeah.
And follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on. This was great.
Thanks,
We'll do it again.
I think we should. But we should, what are we going to do next? I feel like we've covered everything.
It's classic Faye.
We did American
not as
politics,
satisfied with this.
Future,
Yeah, what's the next topic?
Hold on a second. What's the next one?
Yeah. Well, we can dive into more specific stuff next time and maybe focus it down on certain things and get maybe we can get into a bit of some anecdotes and stories too. Because
we should do that UK show where they watch reality TV and then you watch them on the couch watching reality TV.
I love it. Let's do it.
I got an idea.
That'll give me such panic attacks.
We should go through active listings together. And
I love this.
That would be so much fun.
I love this.
It's just
let's roast each other's listings.
Yeah, be like, who did these photos? These are garbage. Clearly not one look.
It's
they're horrible.
time.
Yeah, let's get canceled and let's make it happen.
This feels like something that my kids do. My kids sit there and watch other people play video games on YouTube so they can get strategies on how to play it better. I'm always so baffled. Why would you do this? But I kind of now think, yeah, I think I get it, but in a real estate world.
Yeah,
And we're going to do
absolutely.
it. We're going to do it.
Let's
Sign
do
us
it.
up. Sign us
Awesome.
up.
Cool. Thanks again, ladies.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thanks for
This
listening,
was
everyone.
a pleasure, like absolute
Yeah, this
pleasure.
was a blast.
And a comfy couch.
Yeah.